entire 100-year-old house, and I'm demoing pretty much the entire house. This is part 2 of that. If you haven't watched part 1, we already ripped up the carpet in both upstairs bedrooms and pressure washed the entire house. Today is a pretty serious day. I'm already literally disgusting. I chose the wrong shoes. Now we're gonna rip up the flooring in the kitchen, the living room, which we're gonna turn into a bedroom, the tile in the bathroom. Start by ripping up the flooring in the kitchen, so let's go. This is the before of the kitchen. Some of the subflooring was already showing. You're gonna notice a common theme with like a lot of these rooms. It looks like the renovation process has already begun before we'd even started doing anything, because the previous owner, I'm pretty sure, was renovating here and there before he passed away. But back to getting these floors ripped up. Once we got to it, it actually came up pretty quick. I'm telling y'all, nothing compares to ripping up carpet or tearing up tile. This was just popping up. I knew going into buying this house the kitchen was going to be the biggest job. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there's like a big hump in the middle of the kitchen. Like the floor is just super uneven. We got about halfway into getting the floor taken up, and then I started to realize something looks very strange. And at that point, I realized that's termites. And the damage to that little corner was very severe to the subfloor. It was pretty generalized to that little area, but like termites is termites. If one area of the house has termites, the whole house has termites. Now, in this voiceover, I sound pretty calm because I've had time to like process the fact that I just found termites. But in the moment, I was like low-key freaking out. I was like, this is a mess. I'm over it. I give up. But the good thing is, back to the big hump in the kitchen floor, we had to remove all the subflooring anyway, so the termite damage isn't a big issue. I mean, obviously that's an added expense I did not want to pay for, but I planned on redoing all the subflooring because we have to jack up the house, even everything out. There's a lot to do. I have scheduled for someone to come out and spray for the termites. Did you know that they literally are 10 feet? Probably being dramatic right now because I don't want to fact check myself, but they're way in the ground. So the termite guys have to drill all in the concrete around the house. It's a whole process, as you can imagine. This is bad. In the moment, I was definitely stressing. Okay, this is the after of the kitchen with the flooring fully removed. Since last filming, the termite guy has came and sprayed for everything, and we have ripped up the subflooring only in the area where the termites were affected most. I mean, it affects the whole house, but this is where it was really generalized, as you can tell, right here. So there is no subflooring over here to try and preserve the heat, because it is getting cold in Kentucky. I have this I don't know what this is called, because under this is literally just under the house. I'm not trying to heat the whole state of Kentucky. So after the flooring was fully removed in the kitchen, we moved on to the living area, which I'm going to be turning this into a bedroom. The plans for this bedroom are to take out the archway and add an actual doorway, which actually breaks my heart because I love the archway, and take out the single pane window. Also breaks my heart because I love the big window. But both of them have to be done. It is what it is. The single pane window was the foreshadowing for the moat that I just found under that baseboard. So back to the floors. I love how I voice over literally the whole video, but I never explain what I'm doing. I'm literally just talking about a bunch of nothing. Do y'all want me to explain what you're watching, or do you all just want me to talk? Anyways, we started by taking up all the baseboards. We did find mold behind those. So that didn't even surprise me because, again, single pane windows causing water damage. And there's a shower that had a leak at some point, and I seen that when I did the original walkthrough for the house. Honestly, anything that went wrong in this house is not really a surprise to me. This house was built in 1940. We removed all the baseboards and then just started popping up the floor. It comes up pretty easy. The only thing is I keep forgetting to buy a second flat bar, and me and my sister are working together, so we're just alternating between a flat bar and a hammer. I really need to get with the program. I will say, since this has been filmed, I have bought a second flat bar. There will be no issues like this again. Plans for this room are pretty similar to every other room. Replace one window, possibly two, because you see the sliding glass door. Replacing that may have to come later down the line, because I'm basically replacing the whole house at this point, and I knew that going into this. I intentionally bought a fixer-upper. I did not take out a loan for any of the work that I'm doing on this house, so I'm just doing what I can as I can. I don't want to drain my savings to fix the house, so as of right now, replacing that is not on my #1 priority, but replacing the huge single pane window is. Replacing the subflooring in this room, and then you step down from the kitchen into this room. That should hopefully be completely even when we jack up the house. We're gonna fix any drywall issues in this room. Originally, I wanted to take out the 2 closets in this room, and then I was like, wait, if this is going to be a bedroom, it needs the 2 closets. The only reason I was going to take out the 2 closets to begin with was to open up the room a little bit, and honestly, it's not worth it if it's going to be a room. It needs the closet. Another thing we're going to have to do is fix like the archway, because there is like a little archway walking into this room because it was like a living area. And now it's going to be a bedroom, so the archway has to go so that we can add like a traditional door, which honestly makes me so sad. I love the archway, but it is what it is. It has to go. It's not really a bedroom without a door, so what can I do? But back to the floors, me and my sister took up all of the flooring. It came up pretty quick. I think we got this all taken up in like maybe 20 minutes. But that's what I've learned about demo. It literally happens so fast, and then clean up for some reason takes twice as long, and then putting it all back together is going to take like 4 times longer than taking it all apart. We went to remove the plastic underlining. Again, I don't know what anything is called, but when we went to remove that, there was water damage under the floors. On the subflooring. So I expected some water damage. Again, all of the subfloor is being replaced in this room, so I'm not stressing about it. The goal for this house is to get everything torn out before we start fixing anything. Did both upstairs bedrooms, the kitchen, what was the living room, and is now going to be a spare bedroom. Now it's time to do the downstairs bathroom. We're gonna install a light fixture today because you literally cannot even see to work in here. I'm gonna paint this vanity. Now the goal is to get a whole new vanity at some point, but that is just not in the budget right now. I'm working on like 1,000 projects. I need to save money where I can, and I decided buying a whole new vanity is just not worth it right now. I just really hate like the sink part of the vanity, the shell. Oh my gosh. I feel like a fresh coat of paint will do her good though. We will have to replace the shower. That's just not happening today. It's all over the cabinets. Let it sit for a few minutes and then wipe it off. You see this? So we're removing all the tile off the walls and all the tile off the floors today. So this room is going to look completely different when we're done. Now it's time for sanding. I don't like that sound. Started by cleaning the vanity, then I sanded it. Honestly, I didn't even care to prime it. Again, I will be replacing this vanity at some point. I didn't use a vanity paint for this. Y'all don't come at me. I did go over it with poly acrylic or poly whatever everyone recommends. I went over it with that. Well, I have about 50% faith in me that this will not chip. Dad then came over to install the lights. This was so desperately needed. This bathroom had 1 light in it, and the light was barely hanging on by a thread, first of all, but it was the most dingy light. Like, I don't know. Like, it was a regular bulb. Like, I don't know, guys. I can't even explain it to you. Like, you couldn't see anything. You couldn't even see to wipe your butt if you needed to. Which, I mean, we were just working in there, but you know what I mean? So he came and installed the lights, and this is the first thing I've did in the entire house that made the house look better instead of worse. Because, you know, the goal is take everything out, then start adding stuff, then start fixing everything up. So this let me see, and I don't want to get ahead of myself and say that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but maybe that there's like a lamp somewhere close. I finally got to go to the like fun aisle at Lowe's and pick something cute out instead of like a bag of concrete or a flat bar or a hammer. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because I just bought something cute and now I'm like, what mirror should I have now? Because I'm literally about to rip all the tile off the floor and all the tile off the wall. But I really love like the bronze light. Now I'm thinking, do I buy a bronze like mirror, like a bronze vanity mirror to go with it, or do I go with black? Because I feel like if I go with black, it's not going to match, but if I feel like I go with bronze, I don't know. So I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. But again, I'm getting way too far ahead of myself. So we went ahead and cut the pipes to the vanity, took the vanity out so we could take the tile off the walls and off the flooring, because we were about to start the full bathroom demo. And going into this, I knew it was going to be a lot of work. I watched a ton of videos about removing tile to prepare myself, because everyone tells you it's awful, but no one really prepares you. Like, they can tell you it's awful 100 times and it still won't prepare you for how absolutely treacherous it is. Am I a complainer? Yes. Am I being dramatic right now? No. I say this as you're watching my dad literally do all the work, but like, I swear y'all, I get in there in a minute. So my dad started by taking off the tile on the wall behind the vanity, and surprisingly it came off in like one section, like one just like little sheet. This was a very nice surprise. I was not expecting that. The entire area around like where the sink was, it came off in little sheets. Spoiler alert, it was not like that for the entire bathroom. Unfortunately, we didn't get that lucky, but these 3 sections coming off in pieces, I would say saved us at least 2 hours. This is very time consuming. This is definitely the most time consuming thing I've did in the entire house. I have so many hours of footage. When it came to removing the towel from the rest of the bathroom, we were kind of just learning as we were going. Mind you, it was me, my sister's friend, my son's dad, like too many people in one small bathroom. It was truly a group effort. We wanted to get this bathroom done as soon as possible, okay? Like I said, we're learning as we're going, so we started by like trying to bust the towels. Listen, if you plan on taking up towel anytime soon, learn from my mistakes and don't do that. It takes like twice as much effort and it's also twice as much cleanup. Just don't do it, okay? This method is definitely like hitting the flat bar and popping the towels up. Still time consuming, still awful. Still time consuming and awful, but it's a lot better than busting the towels. And I swear I'll learn that in the next few clips. This gets messy so quickly. It took 3 to 4 breaks in between removing the towel because I was like, guys, we're literally stepping on towel. There's towel flinging everywhere. It's in our eyes. It's in our nose. Like, we gotta clean some of this up. Like, I'm stressed. Also, everyone thought I was being dramatic when I bought those goggles from Lowe's, but guess who was wearing those goggles from Lowe's? Everyone. Now when it got to the sections around the toilet, that's when it kind of got tricky because we are keeping the toilet like hooked up during this process because it is the only functioning toilet in the house as of right now. The upstairs bathroom, the toilet, I don't know what's up with it. It's not hooked up. Maybe it's not working. I don't know. That's a project for another day. We aren't ready to unhook the toilet right now, and the last thing I wanted to do was like bust a pipe, mess something up, so I left pretty much all the towel around the toilet. Then it was time to remove the towel off the flooring. If you thought it was bad taking it off the walls, girl, just try the floor. Removing the towel itself like really isn't hard. It's like hard on you know what I'm saying? Like in healthcare, like I don't do physical jobs. It's like physically hard for one, but like the biggest thing, I spit it out, the hardest thing is like whatever's underneath the towel. I don't know if that's glue, I don't know what it is, and like the towel is disintegrating as I'm taking it up. I'm wearing a mask and there's still, I blew my nose 3 times and every time it was just black, so I don't even want to know what I inhaled today. But again, I used the same method I used on the walls as the floors, hitting the flat bar, popping the towels up. They came up pretty easy. Not easy, nothing about this towel is easy, but I mean in the sense of like you hit it, it pops up. Sometimes I had to hit it 3 or 4 times because I'm not that strong, but I did watch a few videos to prepare myself, and I feel like I've said that like 10 times, but in everyone else's videos people were having like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 towels pop up at a time. I did not get lucky, okay? Every single time was like 1 towel popping up at a time. So this is just very, very time consuming. I feel like this is what makes me like hate taking up towel, is that it's physical, it's time consuming, and it's tedious. Getting the floors and the walls done, I'm pretty sure it took 2.5 days of only doing towel. Then we started to clean up the towel, still trying to figure out how to dispose of this. You can't throw it away, really, it's too heavy. You can't burn it, so it's just kind of sitting in buckets right now. Also, there's a lot of towel. The buckets fill up very quickly. I'm pretty much out of buckets. Mind you, there's 3 more rooms of towel to go. Y'all better pray for me. I hate this towel. I'm trying not to complain too much, but y'all. Then we went back and tried to remove whatever is underneath the towel. I'm guessing this is like glue. Tried to do research to try and figure out like what people are doing to remove this, and as far as I've seen, there's like no rhyme or reason to removing this. So we were just trying to do whatever. In the process, we found like a little hole. I'm assuming that's where the previous owner had his toilet maybe at one point. We tried everything to get this glue stuff up. Eventually, in the second day of doing this, we did get it, and we damaged the subfloor while we were at it, but we got it. The whole room is being demoed. The subflooring is going to be replaced. Like, it'll be okay. We'll have that on the big jobs. Finally, we got everything fully removed. I just want y'all to look at the amount of dust when I was cleaning this up. I was about to say there's got to be a better way to clean this up, but there definitely is a shop vac, but mine just kicked the bucket. Now I know what my parents meant when they said it's always something. This is the after of the bathroom. We've got most of the towel fully removed. I didn't want to get too close to the toilet because I don't want to bust any pipes. We aren't ready to fully take this toilet out. Same with the towel around the toilet. I don't want to take it out yet because I'm not ready to take this toilet out. I don't want to bust any lines. So again, the bathroom is looking very scary, and right here you can tell the previous owner, I'm guessing, had a toilet or something right here at some point and then just never covered the hole. This is the new light fixture. It looks so cute. This is the only thing that looks cute in the house right now. I love it. We still have to rip up all of this towel in the hallway, the laundry room, and the little pantry area, one of the bathroom upstairs, but that's the only thing left we really have to like take out, other than like subflooring, and then after that, that's all the like fun stuff. I get to finally like pick stuff out, pick flooring out. I'm excited for that part. So far it's just been demo, and that's the easy part, but it's also we pick out some like cute fun stuff to go in the house. Like I'm tired. That's it for today's video. In the next few videos, the house will be coming together. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.